What's going on, Julie Cakes? Glad you were able to make it. Should be fun, bro. Thank you. By the way, bro, I might be doing something next weekend. Maybe a carne asada or something like that. So if you're free, let me know. We'll make it happen. I wish I was, bro. I'm actually taking a shot from this one drink called Gran Malo. I got it from TJ yesterday. It's pretty good, bro. But yeah, I just got it so I can help with the nerves of doing lives. It's not it's not easy, but hopefully you guys are enjoying them. How does the audio sound? Does it sound good? It doesn't sound like it's peaking, by the way.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Hoy no más.
And we are freaking live. Welcome back to Oinomas Podcast Live. Julie Cakes, I see you. Let's bring you up real quick. Where you at? Where you at? Julie Cakes. I see you, Julie Cakes. Thank you for joining once again. I see Toño again. Good seeing you, brother. I'm glad we're able to all get together. Like I said last time, if we're able to go ahead and link up next time and send out different sorts of links through the hotline, let's go ahead and do so. This is the hotline. I already sent it to you guys, but if you guys want to talk about any sort of video, this is the hotline that you guys can go ahead and send me links, voice notes. If you guys even want to call into the number, let's go ahead and do so. Long story short, we are live once again. This is going to be live number 8. Super, super dope to see you guys here with me. So if you're new to the channel, just want to say, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We go live every Sunday at 8 o'clock. And every Wednesday, we upload a new podcast to the main podcast, to this channel, but regular programming, which is Wednesday, 6 p.m. We actually do a podcast, and Sundays, we do the lives. With that being said, this upcoming Wednesday, we're actually going to be having a guest that has come in the past. And for those that don't know, this guest has come in the past to talk about her ayahuasca experience. She actually came to the podcast because she saw one of the episodes. She saw a couple of the episodes that we did on ayahuasca, and she reached out. She asked for the shaman's number. She actually did a ceremony with the shaman, and she ended up coming to the show and sharing with us her journey with that. I'm just gonna play a little bit of who this person is, and a little bit of her first ceremony, so you guys can get an idea for this upcoming Wednesday, so you guys can kind of backtrack and remember who she was. So let me go ahead and play a little bit of that, and then we'll take it from there. So this is Isabel right here, and as you can see, She has a couple clips. A few of those took off, but this is her main one that pretty much was crazy to hear. Was that her ayahuasca ceremony felt like an exorcism?
I think I ended up in a corner in the bathroom and she's like yelling Ricardo's name to come help her because I wasn't calming down. And then she's like, all right, he's going to touch you, okay? I was like, okay, just please help me. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out of me. I was like, please help me. And I was like, please help me. And then I just feel him going and like putting his hands like this on my body and just going and spitting it out like this, spitting it out. And I just felt my body going like, it was like a fucking, remember I told you it was like an exorcism. It felt whatever lo que me estaba sacando. Yeah. I felt it leaving my body. Wow. I felt it and I could see him and he's like blowing smoke around me. Like, I don't know what he did. After he did that, I calmed down a little bit and then I was able to surrender. Wow. I don't know how long it took for him to do that, but it was a full on, like in the corner, like, please help me, help me. And then rolling on the floor, take it out. No, I don't want to. I want to go home. Like, I think I ended up in a corner in the bathroom and she's like,
so just keep in mind, this person's, Isabel's experience with ayahuasca was one of the more intense ceremonies, by the way. So if you're ever considering doing ayahuasca, do not get scared. Do not get concerned, because even though it sounds intense, and on this upcoming Wednesday's podcast, she explains a little bit of that. And since she did it the second time, it's kind of like a full circle to go back and end her journey. I think eventually she might do some more, but her experience was intense and the second one was more loving, but she had to go through this in order for her to heal. I'm just going to play one more of her ceremony from last time, and then we'll show you guys a little bit of the trailer and we'll begin the live.
Mama Ayahuasca showed me la cara de mi hija, ¿verdad? Y nomás así, and then I just seen her face like sad, and then the feeling hit me of how my daughter feels when I shut her down. And this is real. I'm telling you, this is so hard for me to say. I felt the feeling of my daughter, how she feels when I tell her, leave me alone right now, I'm not having a good day. And her face was sad, and I felt her feeling like shut down. You know, that's really hurt, to messed up feeling to feel, for my kid to feel sad. And I got it. I get it. I get it. That's what I was telling her. I get it. I got it. And I kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Mama Ayahuasca.
So not sure if you guys caught that, but she was pretty much saying that through her ayahuasca ceremony, she was able to see her daughter's face. And like many of us, at times we get home from work and we're tired. We have so many different thoughts in our mind. We have endless of duties and responsibilities, cleaning up, maybe running errands, cooking, etc. And at times Isabel would shut down her daughter. Her daughter was probably trying to get her attention, and she would shut down her daughter like, hey, don't bother me right now. Like, not right now. And in her ceremony, she saw the picture. Oh, she saw the face of her daughter, that she was like smiling bright. And then when she would tell her, no, not right now, she would see the face of her daughter just kind of like dimming down her light. And from a smile going down to a frown and just crying. And it's pretty heartbreaking just to think. You can tell by her story that like she's in pain just seeing that and reliving that. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things that I take into consideration. Like, one of my biggest goals with my daughter now is just I want to make sure that I bring to her the most happiest life as possible. I know life is not perfect and it's super hard, but that's one of my biggest goals, to work freaking so hard and smart and just put in all the effort I can possibly can to provide the best life possible. Like I said, this life is hard as it is, so I want to provide it the best life I can bring to my daughter. And this is a little bit of the trailer for this upcoming Wednesday, and you can tell the whole completely changed. There's still pain in her, but you can tell the difference now once you guys actually watch it, because there is still pain here. But when you watch the full episode, you guys are going to be able to tell the difference.
I don't want to go. But I sat out there and I was like, no, I don't want to go. She's like, you need to come inside. And all you hear is the music slowly playing, but my body's being pulled to the door. And I'm like fighting, like, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not going back inside. And then I wanted to go inside the house. But in my head, I'm like, I want to go inside. I need to lay down. Like, I don't want to be by the music. And I'm telling myself that I didn't want to go inside. And I want to go with mama. Because I kept feeling like I needed to go with mama. And she puts me in a box. This is when I'm sitting in the bench, I see. I'm trying not to close my eyes because, you know, when you close your eyes, you visualize everything.
Right.
So I'm trying not to close my eyes, but my eyes kept closing. And then at some point in time, I'm sitting on the bench, my eyes closed, and I feel myself in a box, like a cardboard box, like this, in like a crouched position. And I'm literally on the bench going like this. You know, I feel like I let so much people hurt me and get away with stuff, and I've forgiven, and it's like nothing. I've forgiven, and I can still talk to that person like it's nothing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And almost it's not like you're not respecting yourself for that, right?
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. I'm almost ashamed to be so forgiving and letting men in general, right? Going through that as a child and then putting myself in unsafe situations with men that feel that you could just take advantage. I don't want to cry.
You're fine. You can take a break.
No.
Yeah.
You're basically, you do what you're told.
Yeah.
You know? And because as a kid, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
So that innocence was taken, and you grow up fast.
So there you have it. That's the trailer for this upcoming episode on the regular podcast on Wednesdays. And man, her story is insane. But I commend her so much because she's actually working towards, just healing herself and becoming a better person, becoming a better mom. And I think all of us can work on ourselves and just become better people. And through plant medicine and ceremonies, a lot of people are able to heal and are able to continue on with their life with less burden and weight on their shoulders and on their back. So once again, I commend Isabel for trying to heal with herself. And it's just such a beautiful story. If you guys watched the first episode and you guys watched the second one, you guys are going to be able to see a whole completely different version of her. Just the one quick shout out right here, Mr. Uriel Ramos. Very interesting story. By the way, Uriel, I just want to say thank you. I know in the past you've said, actually you were one of the first people to leave a voice message to the podcast. So I just want to say thank you. It's not easy. It's starting something from scratch and from bottom up. And Julian, Antonio, all the other people that join in on Sundays, and now Uriel, seeing you being here on the live on Sundays, it makes my heart happy. So thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And hopefully you guys are liking all the different content that we put out there. At the end of the day, Sundays is for you guys. It's for us to chat. If I make mistakes or whatnot, it's part of the show. It's like if you guys were hanging out with me. So thank you once again. It's I don't take your guys' time for granted at all. All right, before we get started with all the different stories I have, just one quick question. Can I get your guys' opinion? I'm debating whether if I should turn on the lights like this. Check this out. Like that, like full bright on. And why? Because I have this other camera angle that I have here. I want to call this camera angle the all-seeing eye. You guys can see Teddy on the back. Eventually, I want to put something maybe here that maybe we can all be looking at something here behind me. Like in this little space. I don't know. I want to come up with something, but if I turn off the light, it's too dark. But this is a new camera angle that I got, and I just want to take advantage of using this camera angle maybe when I have to take out Teddy from the studio or something, or if I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But I'm excited to have this other camera angle. Once again, this is with light. So this is with light with this camera angle. And this is with light with this camera angle. And so I kind of like it, but I also like the dark mood. This is just kind of like just focused and being direct. But yeah, let me know. Light on, light off, and give me ideas for the other camera angle. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Mr. Julian is saying, I think darkroom is best. Okay, I kind of like that better. Just kind of gives you a focus and just more a mellow Vive. Let me see. I prefer the new camera angle with lighting. Okay, so the new camera angle with lighting, so you can see what's going on. What about the regular angle? Dark mode. Okay, so I'll leave the dark mode, and I'll figure something out with the other camera angle for the wide view. Maybe if I can do something special for that one. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna keep this dark mode here, and then maybe I can figure something out for the other camera angle for so you guys can see the whole vibe. So something like this, I'll figure something out for that. But sounds good. I'll keep the dark mode for the main camera angle. So thank you guys, appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna begin here. Last time that we spoke about different, like, it was this guy standing in a square, and this guy offered him a job from staying in the square, and he's like, you know what, you've been a loyal employee to us. And at the end of the day, it was a metaphor. It was a metaphor of how companies work, right? Even though he didn't like just being standstill in a square, but he was getting paid, and he was getting paid good. Towards the end, you can see this older gentleman, the same guy, but now he was older, and the job, the corporation, he stayed young. I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but he stayed young. But the guy standing in the square now was older, and he's all like, hey, I would like to retire now. And by that time, he was no longer able to do what he wanted to do, which was skating, right? So quick metaphor was that, you know, like, life passes you on, and at the end of the day, companies have been there before you, and companies will be there after you. So never forget and never stop living your life. So I just so in reference to that, there was a video that I wanted to talk about last time, but I just couldn't freaking find it. It's one that I've shared in the past, but unfortunately, I don't think it got enough traction. So I'm going to try to share one more time and hopefully clip it, and hopefully reaches more people, because the message, it's a beautiful message that, unfortunately, with society, it changes a lot of people's mindset, and a lot of people, like, because of the pressure of making a living, because of the pressure of society, at times people do things that they would not do, right? Similar to when a kid has the desire to be, I don't know, like, maybe likes to do art, maybe likes to dance, so many different things, but later on in time, kind of life beats you up, right? And seeing this next upcoming clip that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, it almost shifted people's perspective, and they were doing something that they wouldn't even be okay with, but they allowed it. So let's share the first video, and we can take it from there. It's an old one that I shared in the past, but hopefully you guys remember this, and I want to hear your guys' point. By the way, Arlene says she likes the dark view as well. So yeah, we're going to keep it dark for this one. I like it too, but I just wanted to get your guys' perspective. All right, so the first video, don't let society change you, right? Like I said, as kids, as human beings, we have a heart, we have different beliefs and morals, but society at times will beat you down and change some of those beliefs. Trying to share it with another one of my friends and realized the video is no longer available, at least through the source that I first found this video from. I really like the message. Don't take everything too literal, but I really hope this message gets to you the way that it resonated with me, right? So here you go.
I'm not 100% sure why I'm being asked to share this story, but I'm guessing it's because somebody needs to hear it. When I was 16, I went into what I thought was going to be a normal day at biology class. And when I walked in, all the desks were arranged in a circle in the middle of the room. And the instructor, who had always been a really amazing, loving, kind instructor, was super militant, super scary, and just looked at us and said, "Sit down, shut up. You are not allowed to move, to speak at all, and anyone who does will immediately fail my class." And we were all stunned. I get like, just thinking about it, because I was a straight A student and grades were really important to me, and I was just like terrified. So we're all sitting there silently, nervous out of our minds. And in the middle of this circle, that we were all sitting in, there was one desk, and on this desk was a bowl with a goldfish in it. And he looked at us and he took the goldfish and he put it on the desk and he walked out and he shut the door. And we all just looked at each other. We're just like, what do we do? You know, like, obviously it violated like everything inside of me to like watch this fish die. And also, I heard the instruction. If you speak, if you get up, if you move, you will automatically fail the class. And so we all sat there looking to each other to do something because we didn't want it to be us. And what was a very painful, it felt like an eternity. It was probably like 2.5 minutes later. Hannah B, got up and said, fuck this, and took the goldfish and put it back in the bowl. And when she did that, he came out and he looked at all of us and he said, look what the world has done to you. You've betrayed yourself. For what? And I think about that lesson all the time because I learned in that moment that I am never going to be that person ever again.
So hopefully you guys got the message. Yeah, I think personally it's a super, super deep message, right? How many times have we probably stayed quiet just because we were scared to maybe lose our job, right? Or not, or have people make fun of us for whatever reason, right? But if just a quick summary, I'm not sure if you guys caught it completely, but what this lady was stating was that this goldfish, this general guy or this supervisor figure took out this fish bowl from this goldfish from the fish bowl, put it on the desk, and everybody was just quiet and just seeing this goldfish pretty much passing away, right? And everybody just saw it suffering, and everybody around the table knew that it was wrong. But because the direction was for nobody to move, even though they all knew it was a wrong thing, and they knew deep down inside of their heart that it was painful to watch, nobody did nothing until one person decided to stand up, take action, and put the fish into the bowl. And that was the lesson, right? The sergeant person, this sergeant figure came out and saw, like, look what the world has done to you guys. All of you guys knew that all of this was, that this scenario was wrong, but nobody did anything. So this, I just wanted to bring that reminder because I think the majority of us was that we at times allow so many things that are unfair and that we witness and we do nothing about, but we know deep down inside of us that it's the wrong thing and we could have taken action. So don't let society, don't let the world just shut you down from, standing up for your beliefs, for more than anything, your belief system, your morals, your just being a good person overall. Being a good person will always win no matter what. So I just wanted to share that story because till this day is still something that I think a lot more people have heard. I think a couple of you guys probably saw it on what I shared on Instagram. I have it on my Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to reshare it once again because it reminded me from last week's post that we talked about the career of this guy being inside of the square, right? So just wanted to share that once again. And so yeah. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys have ever experienced anything like that, a scenario or something that you guys saw that you guys didn't like but didn't say anything, or vice versa, if you actually did stand up to, fight for what you guys believe. Mr. Chris Fernandez made it. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining, bro. By the way, I watched your live earlier, so congrats on that, bro. You always kill it on that. So yeah, let me know if you guys have ever experienced anything like that or have done anything like that. But I just wanted to share that message again. I know with social media, we see so many different reels and TikToks that many times we forget about them. We don't even remember what we just watched a couple minutes ago. Why? Because there's so much freaking content being put out on a daily basis. A lot of people, that's why they re-upload the same freaking video over and over, and you wouldn't even notice because it's so much, it's so cluttered out there. So yeah, I just wanted to share that once again. And then like we said, like I said in the past, I like to start the lives a little kind of like, slow, and then take it from there. And if you guys ever want to, share your guys' thought, we do it towards the end of the live. This is the number you guys can go ahead and call in. So this next one that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, when I saw it, I'm like, what the heck? As a community, as a society now, like, what the heck are we doing? And you can tell the contrast between this new generation and then the older generation, and it has to do with a car crash. So check this out. Oh, it's freaking loud. Just 1 second. All right, so we're going to title it like this. So imagine getting into a car crash, then some random TikTokers start dancing in front of your car. So let's check this out. You can tell the freaking older gentleman is like, what the heck is going on? Like, imagine this person's freaking car just got crashed, and then you have two random people dancing in front of your car. And the title of the video, it's Unk crashed into a TikToker. So, man, this is what freaking society has come to be now, right? You freaking get in a car crash, and these two TikTokers take advantage of the situation, and they start dancing in front of your car, and you can see his face. He's like flabbergasted. Look at him. He's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's freaking insane. But yeah, that's current society right now. It just, they'll do anything for views and clicks. And let's check out what the comments are stating right now. Let me bring out the comments. So, so check this out. He said he saw his friends die in war for this. I'd crash out if someone got into an accident with me and started emoting. What the heck is this, right? There goes their personal injury claim. Yeah, now they're dancing, so they can't be claiming that their back is hurting. Bro survived 2 world wars just to witness this. He's definitely regretting his decision to fight for our freedom. Yeah, see, it's like nobody's freaking like, yeah, this is so freaking messed up. But yeah, that's our current generation right here. So people will take advantage of an incident and start dancing and upload it for clicks and views. All right, so yeah, that's the first one. And then right now we're gonna get into, as you guys saw, the first video that you guys probably saw on the actual thumbnail. And let me see if you guys are saying something before I move on. Yeah, that's wild, disrespectful. I'll get you caught up with the rest of the live stream once we're done with this, or if somebody can let him know what we were talking about prior to this. But other than that, I'll get you caught up with the rest. But yeah, so also segue into the past lives that we've done. We saw the whole KFC commercial that it was, very, it almost looked like if it was part of a movie, and you see somebody picking up this person, and they pick up this person and they pretty much put him inside of a big lake that it was indeed a deep fryer, and they lift him up and it was a freaking piece of chicken, right? So we saw that as being like, okay, is this a conspiracy, or is it just pure advertisement because it got people talking, right? So same thing with that. As I was scrolling through TikTok, or I think it was TikTok or Instagram, I ran into this video, and for some reason it appears like this was an old commercial from back in the days from Taco Bell. And I was like, Taco Bell seems one of those places that it's like more like not necessarily old fashioned, but not a lot of people go to it. At least not my circle. I've never really heard of people. Oh yeah, I went to Taco Bell, right? Because the conception with Taco Bell that every time that you go to Taco Bell, you freaking have the runs, yeah, right? That you have to go to the restroom because it's all like fake meat or whatever. But allegedly, this is all for entertainment purposes. But apparently, there's secret symbolism in the Taco Bell logo. Let's check this out.
So I noticed something. So I noticed something with some of the Taco Bell buildings. Notice that awning above the logo? Well, this one down here is to guard from the rain. This one up here is just part of the building, decoration. And considering the bottom of the bell looks like an eye with a 6 around it, I'm confident that that awning is meant to represent this. Do you see it? Yeah, you see it. Again, not all of them have that, but a good handful of them do. And because there's a 6 around the eye, a lot of the buildings only have it on 3 sides, like you see here, of course. Can't leave out how some of the logos look like a serpent eye or a reptile eye. Kinda hard to deny that one. How about the commercials from 7 or 8 years ago?
Okay, before I move on to the rest of this commercial, I just want to say, I'm like, at first when I first saw that initial clip, I was like, man, I think this guy is reaching, right? Like now they're finding any little thing to try to make a conspiracy theory behind it. But apparently they pulled out this old commercial from Taco Bell, and let's check this out.
Because it unlocks a world of 20 decadent menu items from breakfast to late night for just $1 each. 20 items for $1. 20 steps on the pyramid. Who's really behind this? Is it the Illuminati or the Bell Illuminati? Experience the power of the dollar at Taco Bell.
So I noticed something with some of the Taco Bell buildings.
So once again, like, what the heck is this big companies doing this type of advertisements? I'm not sure if it's just for pure, I don't know, advertisement or propaganda that they do this type of symbolism to catch attention, or if there might be some sort of bigger agenda like beyond just being a restaurant, right? Because I know a lot of these restaurants are franchises, but maybe the people at the top have other ideologies, and maybe that's why they use this type of symbolisms like the ones you can see right here, right? Like I would have never thought of any of this being part of like, okay, this is just some weird design. But when he put that comparison, I was like, this guy's probably reaching. But then you see that other commercial, the rest of the commercial, and it's just like, wait a minute, why the heck would they even be using all of that, the pyramids and all that? But just thought it was kind of weird that so many different companies are using conspiracies or symbolism into their logos, into their advertisements. So let's pull up the comment section and see what they're stating. Okay, so first things first, the first comment is, are we eating human meat? Right, the first question. And then I see the comment here from Mr. I am Hamster. For sure KFC is cooking humans. This is allegedly. I'm just reading your guys' comments. This is not me stating anything. I'm just reading here. So I don't know. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people say that about McDonald's, and apparently now they're saying that about like Taco Bell, right? So even that's the first comment. That's the top comment that's popping up. Second comment here: Taco Bell and McDonald's are hands down two of the worst places in Earth to eat. This one, I'm just reading. This is all for entertainment purposes. So this is what people are commenting. So this is not me saying anything. I'm just reading. Interesting. They're mocking the fact that they had all the bells destroyed by replacing it with the eye. Oh, that's a very interesting. I think it's been like 2-3 past lives that we've talked about all the bells being no longer in modern society and civilization. And just seeing this, it gave me another perspective that maybe that's why they used the bill, and then now they're flipping it into like a six or whatever the case may be with a stripping eye. But this one's actually, I think a lot more people are waking up for them to actually be saying things like that. That interesting. They're mocking the fact they had all the bells destroyed by replacing it with the eye. Very, very interesting. Then you have your other type of a person that's saying you're tripping. So Jesus Christ, not everything is a conspiracy. So you can see how there's different people, right? You have the people that like to dig and find all these different things similar to what we're actually doing right now, just kind of like spreading light into it. But then you have your other people that are just like, bro, just eat your food, bro. You know what I mean? So who knows? Who knows who's right? Who knows who's wrong? But I just find all of this being interesting. So let's see one last comment, and then we'll move on into the next story. Truth in plain sight. There you go. 316 likes. So not sure. Let me see what the replies are saying. Wow, that's a quite of a stretch with no solid proof. So it's split. Honestly, it's split. So who knows? Who knows who's right? Who knows who's wrong? But just wanted to put it out there. I thought it was kind of interesting. I've never seen anything like this, and just seeing this kind of like just caught my attention. So, Miss Joanna, I see Joanna here on the live. Thank you. I can't. Apparently, it wasn't picking up this emoji, but face blue, white eyes. So apparently, Joanna was shocked. So Joanna, just want to say thank you for joining in the live. Mr. Chris, love the new comment scene. Thank you, bro. I just figured that out, so just wanted to share that, make it more interactive with you guys. And so yeah, let me see. Jamba Juice has 3 6s in their logo. Wait, what the heck? Jamba Juice? I've never seen that, bro. You're reaching, bro. I'm just like, let me see if I can pull something up right now. If I've never seen that before. But now that's the thing too, though, because Jamba Juice is supposed to be like a healthy option, you know? So it gives like, I don't know if that's a true statement, right? Why would they even do that? Why would they put such symbolism? Because Jamba Juice is supposed to be like a healthy option for people. Let me see. So Jamba Juice, maybe. Would it be this right here? Would it be one possibly? Let me see. Okay, I see this. Oh shoot! What the heck? I've never seen this before, bro. 1, 2, and you can barely see the last one. Let me see if this one shows it a little bit better. No, that's an old logo, I believe. Oh, right here. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and then I guess a final line. Very interesting. I wonder if they do that intentionally. I don't know. We're reaching. I'm not sure if we're part of that community that we're freaking reaching, and we just like this type of different content, or I don't know. But yeah, I've never heard about that before. So appreciate you pulling that up. Miss Arlene, heard the Coca-Cola. If you see it sideways, it's a devil. Let's pull that one up. You see, this is the time when you guys can go ahead and share. You guys can share on the. Well, I can look it up, but I was gonna say that on the hotline, you guys can send me links. But Coca-Cola sideways. Let me see if it comes up. Coca-Cola sideways. Coca-Cola. Oh shoot. Okay, so this one right here. I guess you can kind of make out of it, right? It's a little guy with a hat, I guess. This one right there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You have this other guy right there. Yeah, but yeah, there's so many different freaking just theories out there. Just makes it. Oh shit! Sorry, I don't know why that one's popping up. But yeah, what the heck? Why is that one popping up again? Arlene over there just commenting like crazy. No, it's me pulling it up by accident. But yeah, bro, Jamba Juice is hyped on sugar and caffeine. Yeah, I bet, bro. That's why I don't like doing any of that. I like to cook my food at home. I do like things like Chick-fil-A, and I know Chick-fil-A is probably not the best either, but the best thing you can do is cook. On, by the way, good seeing you in the comment section, Mr. Yak Yak. I just like cooking at home mostly. You know, even if it's not the best quality because now we don't even know what we're getting from there from the stores, but at least you know what else you're adding on to the foods out there. It says Mr. Julie Cake's Pepsi backwards is DED. Let's look that up and then we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, there's so many different things out there. Let me go ahead and look that one up. Pepsi backwards. I'm not the fastest typer, so bear with me. Pepsi. Oh, right there. Oh, shit. What the heck? That's the first one that popped up right there. Pepsi is dead. Huh. That's so weird. Once again, I just want to say all of this is for entertainment purposes. We are just making things up, and yeah, this is just for us to have a good time. But yeah, crazy. All of this is crazy. But yeah, glad you guys are. Yeah, you see, every time it's switching onto this next camera angle, it's pulling up the comments for whatever reason. Need to figure that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. And the next story, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, it was some snakes, right? And this video, I think Mr. Yak Yak he shared with me, and it was just a random share, but I thought it was very interesting. I had never seen this one before, and it caught my attention. And it has to do with so rocks appear to be real life snakes, giant snakes to be exact. So let's go ahead and pull that up and see what you guys think. So not sure if you guys caught that, right? So by the way, I was trying to look up what place this is, but this looks so, I don't know, it looks so weird to me. Um hey the man, if you know where you pull this from, let me know if you know where this exact location is at. But yeah, I just saw this. I'm like, first of all, that looks super realistic, and then you move on to the next one. And it looks like if it was part of a rock, who knows if it got carved, but I'm not sure if you guys can see, but in the back, there's so many other images in the back. Like there's a face here, there's another face here, and watch as we move on. I'm very interested in where, look, there's another face right there. Let me pull it back. Right there. There's a face on the left corner. So I don't know where the heck this place is. I've seen other places like this, but this is the first place I ever see with so many different imagery on the mountains, on the rocks. It looks super weird. And then the next story, it's even more weirder, at least to me. But I had never seen this place before. And who knows if all of this is man-made. But yeah, caught my attention a lot. Oh shit, it actually has 1.9 million likes. So apparently a lot of people saw this. Let me pull up the comments and see if somebody mentions where this location is at. So those rocks look like big snakes. Yeah, exactly. Anaconda, the blood orchid told everything I need to know. Or Auric Maru Falls? Auric Maru Falls. Oh, okay. I'll look that up and see if that's the name of this the spot. Mythical place. Something must come to this place when humans are not around. So yeah, so people are feeling that type of way that something weird might be coming out of this place. I had never heard of this place before. What is it called? Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Nah, for some reason I pulled this up. But who knows? If you guys know where this place is at, let me know. I had never seen this before. Just weird. And The reason why I pulled this one up is because there's so many theories out there that a lot of the mountains in rock formations, a lot of people say they see figures and so many different things, and people are always, it's always split back and forth whether or not um it's real or it might be fake, that people are just making these ideas in their head, or they make up different formations in their mind which is not actually there. But yeah, just it's kind of weird how all of that happens. I think honestly, I'd never shut down a possibility because we just don't know. Like we've said in the past, it's life in general is stranger than fiction. All right, so before I move on to the next one, if you guys know, by the way, please let me know. I had just never seen that place before. Um, like 90+% of the healthy things sold out in the market have something in that neglects the health benefits. Yeah, I agree. All right, so the next one, so going back and pretty much segueing from that story or that video that we saw, in Thailand, there is a giant snake that has turned into petrified rock. So let's look this now. If you guys thought that was weird when we show this next clip, I think this is more of a possibility that there's something beyond what we've been told. All right, so right here, if as soon as you start seeing like these, apparently it's supposed to be some mountain way or whatnot, but automatically you're already seeing this rock formation has some skills. Check this out. Now, this is the most freaking intriguing thing of it all. The actual head of this so-called serpent. You can literally see the mouth of the serpent, or it almost looks like a dragon to me at the same time. But you can see the face, you can see the scales, and this thing appears to be like huge, like a giant snake or dragon like being. This place looks beautiful. This is in Thailand. I would sure want to go and visit one of them. Like beautiful. The story behind it is amazing. So I think this one in particular is even more insane because that I think it goes back and connects to the actual head of that snake or dragon like figure. So I don't know. It might be just a all coincidence that it just so happens that it formed in that way, but yeah, it's insane that things like this exist in our realm, in our reality. And a lot of people like to say that there's a lot of, or there used to be giants in our civilization as a human race, and for some reason now they're embedded into our mountains, into the rocks. But when you start speaking on that, people like to just, either make fun of you or like they call you conspiracy theories. But I just like once again, I like to keep an open mind. So let's see what the comments are saying. And obviously I can't read them. Somebody just can't read these, but obviously, right? But amazing, amazing, wow, amazing. So a little backstory to that. So the legend of this is, like I said, this is in Thailand, and it's saying, legend says it is believed to be the Naga, a mythical serpent deity in Thai and Lao folklore. According to a local legend, the rock is a remnant of a great Naga that once lived in the Mekong River and watched over the land. The story says the Naga turned into a stone after a fierce battle as a part of a divine curse. Today, the snake rock is considered sacred, drawing both curious tourists and spiritual pilgrims who believe the Naga still protects the region and brings good fortune. So apparently there's a legend behind this rock formation, this serpent. and yeah, it attracts a lot of tourism. I would want to go there just to kind of just place eyes into this. So this, I think Egypt is one of those first places that I would like for sure want to make it in this lifetime. Just it's surreal, and now when I discover this place, I would want to go to this place as well. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think with that. And I think I have one more story before we move on, and I think we'll call it there. We're in the 50-minute mark, so I like to leave it for about an hour. About an hour, so we got about 10, 15 more minutes. Once again, if you guys want to go ahead and call in and let me know your guys' thoughts with any of this, or just any dive backs, any ideas, any metaphors on what all of this is all about, feel free to go ahead and call in. And yeah, we'll go ahead and chat before we end this. And like I said, I have one more story, and then we'll take it from there. But if you guys want to call in, just to feel free to call in, and I have the hotline ready to go. All right, so let me know your thoughts, and we'll move on to the next one. With that being said, not sure if you guys heard. I think the majority. I think whoever's here. I think we've talked in the past for the majority of times that, like we said, there's giants in the mountains, but there's a conspiracy that the Himalayan salt is actually not salt in particular, but rather it's the flesh of the giants. So let's check this out.
Indeed, you're right. This is a very good observation. One possible scenario is that giant's body fossilized and people think is salt. Is it a coincidence that this town... Indeed, you're right. This is a very good observation. One possible scenario is that giant's body fossilized and people think is salt. Is it a coincidence that this town, this city, is shaped just like a giant? And when you go inside, this is how it looks like. And once you have seen it, it's impossible to unseen it. And this is how the Himalaya salt looks like in the raw form. It's exactly like meat. And over here, it looks like a pile of meat. And again, Himalayan salt, but it looks like meat. My question to you, without knowing, would you think that this is Himalayan salt? Or would you think it is meat? Over here, we see how they cut them into pieces. If Himalayan salt is indeed a piece of a giant, everyone that ever lighted up Himalayan salt in candle was a part of a ritual without knowing it. Indeed, you're right.
Yeah.
This is a very good
If indeed it does look like that, it's very, very questionable. Let me pull up some of the comments and see what people are saying. Is that where pink salt came from? I stopped eating Himalayan salt after this discovery. So pretty much saying that you're not really eating salt, you're actually eating flesh from a giant. Why do you think it's called laying? Huh. Who knows? Oh, okay. With that being said, right, because when you call it Himalayan, you would figure it's from there. But apparently, the Himalayan salt comes from Pakistan. So I have a little paragraph here. So it says Himalayan salt comes primarily from the Karwar salt mine in Pakistan, located at the foothills at the Himalayan mountains in the Punjab region. This mine is one of the oldest and largest salt mines in the world, estimated to be over 250 million years old. The salt was originally formed from the evaporation of ancient seas that were trapped under tectonic plates. Himalayan salt is known for its pinkish hue, which comes from trace remains in minerals like iron, magnesium, and potassium. While it's marketed as coming from the Himalayas, it technically comes from the salt range, which is about 300 miles south of the actual Himalayan mountains range. So there you go. Still, the branding stuck, and now it's used in everything from cooking to bath products and even lamps. So yeah, it's not actually coming from Himalayans, but it's actually coming from Pakistan. So no, who knows? It adds more to the theory. Like this person said, it's They said, "Why do you think it's called Himalayan?" Himalayan. I don't know. Once again, this is all just I like to deep dive into theories like this. It just we never know. Reality is stranger than fiction. So all right. So once again, if this is the hotline number, anybody wants to call in, this is the time before we call it in. We're pretty much 5 minutes away from ending this live. Let me know what you guys think. By the way, like I mentioned, this number here through WhatsApp in particular, you guys can send me video links. So you guys can send me voice memos and or just call in straight out like when we're actually doing the live. But if there's any videos, any video reaction that you guys want to just chat on this next live, go ahead and send me the video links to this number on WhatsApp, and I'll go ahead and share some of those. That way it's not only myself pulling up links and all that. That way if you guys find an interesting video, and I'll try my best not to pull it up ahead of time. That way I can actually pull it up in real time and it can be a genuine reaction, and then we can all chat about it and come up with different theories and all that stuff. Try to avoid videos that have music, or if the music is very low, cool, but try to avoid videos that have music. And if you can't, then fine, I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the plan with this hotline. I'm able to link it to my computer now, so it makes it more accessible, and I can like open up the links from the WhatsApp on my computer. So that's something I figured out now, and that I'm implementing into the live. Mr. Chris Fernandez saying that he saw Medusa. Yeah, so who knows? It's just all these different theories and all these different legends. I think they're there for that specific reason, right? Because there's a possibility, and who knows what happened back in the days. Once again, I'll wait for a couple seconds more. I'll just scroll on TikTok. I'll give you guys a couple seconds or minutes to dive back, and if you guys have any final thoughts before I end this live, then we'll take it from there. For the meantime, I'll scroll through one or two videos on TikTok, and we'll take it from there. Just let's see what my algorithm comes. Hopefully nothing bad. Let's check this out.
We'll find out. It'll be all over social media.
You too, man.
We'll find out.
Is this what you wanted to scare kids? That's what you wanted, right?
No, I just wanna. That wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
I don't know what the heck's going on here. Oh, I guess some kid is crying in the back. All right, next story.
What's a wild DM from a celebrity you've gotten, and did you reply? You can give us hints, but you don't gotta say who, or you can say who. Why not?
I don't think it's that wild. I just think, I think it's common for influencers, IG models to get DMs from these artists. Look, they're all marranos. Just be honest, you know?
Yeah.
So, no los quiero quemar, pero pues uno que otros cantantes.
Can you give us a clue? Like, don't say who, but.
No.
Okay,
let me play a little song.
No.
You're lying.
Wait, but
You're gonna literally give it
okay,
away.
I'm not gonna give it away. I'm gonna play 2, 3.
Wait, you have to. Guys, we're gonna know.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Lo mejor nunca se sube.
Para que copyright. Oh shit, what the heck?
un instructor llega y les dice, a ver, tienen que matar a esta mujer, a estas mujeres. Y dos güeyes agarran, cada quien agarra un fierro y cumplen la orden. ¡Pah! Otro güey agarra su fierro y ¡pah! A la mujer, a las mujeres, güey. Y le dicen al psiquis, ¿tú por qué no lo hiciste? Porque pues la orden fue que ni mujeres ni niños. Exactamente, la orden fue que ni mujeres ni niños se deben de matar. Él me cuenta que en ese momento se fuman a los güeyes que ven mujeres, para que les quedara claro a todos los demás que ni mujeres ni niños se deben de matar. Un instructor llega y les dice, a ver, tienen que matar.
Yeah, so okay, I didn't get any calls right now, and I get it. It's no pressure on that. But once again, for the next video, by the way, Teddy's freaking getting up. He's getting impatient. I didn't get any calls or any final diebacks. Once again, this is all part of us just chatting it up and all that stuff. So do you guys have the moment to do so? For the next one, go ahead and send me links if you guys have the chance. Once again, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time and joining in into this live. It makes it super interesting. It makes it super enjoyable by having you guys on and just super interactive. Once again, Julie Cakes, Toño, Yak, Chris, Arlene, Joanna that joined in. I think I am Hamster, Oriel. All of you guys, sorry if I missed you guys, or if you guys are silent viewers. Thank you for taking the time for calling in. It means the world for you guys taking the time and enjoying this Sunday night. Tomorrow, the majority of us have to wake up early and go to work. Once again, oh shit, I left my fridge open. I left it open. I do have this other view that I mentioned in the beginning of the live that I want to come up with a live view. And maybe you guys can help me figure something out with this view right here on what to do with this. But other than that, once again, I just want to say thank you, and till next time, always step outside of your comfort zone. Don't ever shut down that mind of you being a child and just doing what you love on a daily basis. And just, we only live once as this human experience, as this person, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more, but just take advantage of this one. And at the end of the day, nobody cares. So do what you want to do in life. Till next time. Once again, it's Angel Houseman. Till next time.
Hoy no más.